Her clients call her a game changer. Robin Fisher teaches women their personal style rules and how to navigate and define the world of fashion on their terms. Fashion industry veteran and expert, Robin Fisher is one of the leading image consultants in the Washington, D.C. metro area. Robin has been featured on CNN, Fox, NBC, and now guess what? The Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're going to get right into it right after this quick intro. Stick around and you're going to hear more from the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Charvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Charvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard all across the World Wide Web. We are so excited to have all of you dolls and gents, perhaps, that are listening in, tuning in, catching us live, because you know the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do that today with our special guest that's hanging out in the virtual green room. I know she's enjoying some virtual snacks while she's waiting to share important to the audience. But listen, this segment is brought to you by my Platform Builder program. Yes. My Platform Builder program is open for enrollment. It only opens for enrollment once a year. And so I invite you to confidently learn the skills, strategies, and tools you need to build the visibility and power up your personal brand in just 6 or 12 months. So picture this, a confident and crisp visual brand that attracts the clients and the customers you want. Picture this, a clear pathway to enhancing your current products and services so that you confidently offer them to the world. Picture this, a cohesiveness in your content marketing that attracts your ideal clients and customers. Picture this, a time for you to tell your story, give your advice or guidance, published in a book, leaving a legacy of your voice. Yep, that all takes place in the Platform Builder program. So again, as the sponsor of the show, jump over to platformbuilder.biz and schedule a time for us to chat. Enrollment ends on November 30th. So let me welcome those that are popping on in. Hello, Kamisha, coming in from Richmond, Virginia. Hello. Hey there, Cookie, coming in from New York. Thank you for joining us. Listen, I got to give a shout out to my mom, my blood mom. Hey, Mom, thank you for joining us here on the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. So I know that you guys are excited to hear from our guests. So let me tell you a little bit more about her. Robin Fisher of Polished Image. I'm telling you, she is a certified image consultant who received intensive training in London. Her personal clients include high-achieving female executives, diplomats, judges, attorneys, doctors, authors, news anchors, and any woman that is ready to get her style back on track. That's what we're talking about today. Coming up to the mic right now, without further ado, welcome to the show, Robin Fisher. Hey, Robin.
How are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Listen, some more love coming in. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you. Hey, Carmen from Augusta, Georgia. Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you from San Antonio, Texas. Hey, Sandra, thanks for popping in. Hello, Sherelle. Thank you for popping in. And for all those that are watching and checking us out all across the World Wide Web, if you're on Periscope, give me some hearts and some love. There you go. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share this out. All right, Robin. So let's jump in. Personal stylist, corporate image consultant. First of all, tell us, what is an image consultant? Is that different or the same as a stylist?
It's definitely different. It does have something to do with style, but it's more on the business side. You know, it takes everything into consideration in terms of what your professional goals are, how you need to present yourself to achieve your goals and have the right impact for what you're doing. Versus a stylist, that's somebody that has a great fashion eye and can, just get you dressed for any kind of occasion. A lot of times they won't go into the scope of business and professional development and so forth. So executive image consultants will even help people with the way they walk, with the way they talk, with the way that they enter a room, all that kind of present stuff.
Oh, I love this conversation because certainly I mentioned the Platform Builder program, which is one of my signature programs, and we do full brand photo shoots. I know you've seen, we hang out together on Instagram. behind the image. And as someone who works with people around their visibility and marketing, really their visual brand is hugely important. So what do you say to like small business owners about their image?
It's everything. It literally is everything. You know, the first impression really only takes 7 to 10 seconds to make, you know, and that's what a lot of people don't realize, and they underestimate that. And so one of the key things is they think that, oh, you know, it really doesn't matter that much. But in 10 seconds, somebody will count you in or count you out. And especially if you're in business, you need to really be able to make that impact. And you want people to kind of find out what you're into, you know, and you can lead in a room, and literally you'll see that sometimes people will come and approach you, and then sometimes people won't.
Wow.
For credibility purposes too.
Yeah. And so where does confidence play a factor? Because I feel like women in particular, I don't know if you work with men, but you know, men kind of, you're like,
well, listen, to be totally transparent, I do work with some men. However, women is just my get down. You know, I just love it. You know, and also as a woman, I've gone with the ups and downs of self-esteem and feeling insecure and weight gain and weight loss and, you know, all the things that we go through, you know, having kids, you know, getting a new man, you know, all those kind of things.
Losing a man. I mean,
all of it. And so we're just emotional beings. And I think my passion is with the women.
Yeah. And so you just said so much, like right there, of all the things that women go through related to their image and their presence. So how do you start working with someone who, you know, high achieving women? Listen, I've got amazing customers and amazing listeners that are tuning in. A lot of them high achieving, moving towards high achieving. What are some of the first couple things that you find that you have to help people with when you're dealing with their image, their overall image?
Right. Trusting themselves, you know, trusting their taste level. And then just trusting the fact that, you know, a lot of times women will know, you know, what colors look good on them, what silhouettes look good on them, but then they'll be so busy questioning themselves that they make themselves insecure. So sometimes I'm coming in as a third eye and confirming things. And then sometimes I'm teaching women exactly how to dress their bodies.
Ah, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, if you're just popping in, hey, you're checking out the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're hanging out here with Robin Fisher, personal stylist, corporate image consultant. You might have seen her on CNN. You might have seen her on some other big platforms here, and she's here with us. And so that leads to a point of someone looking at something. They might go online and see an outfit, or there's an outfit hanging in Macy's or Nordstrom's or Target, I don't care, wherever. And on the rack and on the hanger, it looks good, but it seems like every time they buy something, they get home, it's not working. What's happening there?
Well, a lot of times be honest with you, it's about refinement. Okay. And so, like I said, women have to learn how to trust themselves. And a lot of times I'll work with women and they'll say, I don't have a taste. I don't have a style. And the truth is everybody does. Okay. Everybody has a taste. You know, there's 6 different style personality types, and you might be 2 or 3 of those, but you need to know that. And that's where the confidence comes from, because if you know that, you know, you might have a great body, but being overly romantic and skimming dresses just isn't your thing, you know, why do it? You know, those are the kind of things that we do that will make us insecure, because you might have more of a classic sense of style or more of an updated sense of style, you know? So finding confidence in just your taste level, which is one of the things that I teach my clients, is a total, you know, up level.
Wow. And so you said there's 6 kind of style profiles, personalities. Can you share those with us? Is that top secret information? Okay.
No, it's not top secret. There's everything from artistic, dramatic, romantic, classic, natural, and updated. Okay. And based on, I have a very detailed system that I use, a set of questionnaires that I use to really hone in, and I can figure it out. Okay. And it's kind of mathematic. I'm married to a mathematician. So this is something that's been developed, you know, over the last 10, 12 years of me doing it. And it hits it head on every single time. And so, when during consultations and so forth, a lot of my clients are like, oh, wow. And so a lot of times I'll ask them, like, tell me about one of your favorite outfits of all times. And they'll actually describe an outfit that is within the genre, of what they are. And so once you can make the connection, it really is a game changer.
Wow. And even kind of knowing, so first of all, actually, let me pause there. If someone's listening saying, oh gosh, I need that, I need to figure this out. And I know that you offer some services. Can you let them know how to contact you?
Sure. Just send me an email at robinfisher@polishedimagestyle.com or go to my website at polishedimagestyle.com and just hit contact and we will get in touch.
All right. Perfect. And so how did you even get into this? Like, where did your career start? How did you go down this pathway?
Oh my God, it's so complicated, but not. I actually was born into a family of master tailors and store owners. Whoa. And so I was actually forbidden to go into the fashion industry because it was literally how my family fed ourselves. Okay, so my grandmother owned a store in San Francisco when I was little, and then she got into antiquing. And so literally I would be on buying trips with her young. And then my aunt owned a store. Then my other aunt, she would designed handbags and so forth. And then my mom, she designed and coutoured wedding dresses and prom dresses growing up. So it's literally all around me, whether it was a side hustle or a full-time thing. And so I always knew I wanted to go into fashion, but I was just told all the time that that's not a real job. You got to take your butt to, college. So I did, and I majored in engineering. And then I snuck and took an internship in San Francisco, a couple of them actually, fashion internships. And I just loved it. And I did them in the guise of engineering, meaning manufacturing, product development, all more of the hardcore stuff, the non-sexy stuff, but I just loved it. And I was offered a job right before I graduated from college, and then the rest is history.
The rest is history. And this is full-time.
It's all I've ever done, actually. So the interesting thing is, like, I've never made really a single dime outside of fashion. So whether I was making money with my grandmother, my aunt, my mom, and then literally my first retail job was Ross Dress for Less, girl. I was coming out of the family business. And then, from there, I think I worked at JCPenney's, Limited. Then I went into Nordstrom. Then I started going high-end into luxury, meaning like Ferragamo. And then that's when I started taking the fashion internships. And then I converted over to corporate.
Okay. So you actually, the corporate image consulting, so corporations can bring you in for training, speaking.
Oh, no. I actually was an industrial engineer in corporate.
Okay.
So I've developed product for, my company was Joe Boxer, but I was on the special team. So we took contracts from like Calvin Klein, Nordstrom's, just special cut programs, people that wanted to use our supply chain. And so I would help alongside a designer develop the product line. And then we would go to production. So I would manage that. I started traveling internationally also about 6 months after I graduated college. So I was managing factories, quality control. And then I actually came to the East Coast as an executive buyer for May Company, which is Macy's now. So that's all I ever did, and then from there I became a director, and was managing product and all that kind of stuff. And then the kids is what made me start my own business about 12 years ago. Listen.
Oh, wow. 12 years ago. And then things changed. So now you're working with female executives and diplomats and judges and attorneys and doctors and all of that. And out of the DC area, I know you also can service some other areas, which brings up something we talked about right before we came on live, was how COVID had you shift, because you're used to being with the client, working with them in person, right?
Yeah, well, I've been doing virtual services because I have a lot of international clients, especially in the Washington, D.C. area. About 5-6 years ago, it was something that I just had to do because a lot of my clients, especially the diplomats, were getting deployed into other countries. They didn't have the resources over there. So literally it was about shipping stuff to them and getting their stuff together. And then also, I have a really great following in Europe and in I don't know. I don't know how. I think they find me on Pinterest or something. I don't know.
Your marketing is working.
Yeah, I don't know how the international clients just kind of started coming to me, but it's interesting in hindsight because, COVID hit and I knew exactly what to do in terms of servicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. And so much love coming through in the comments. Hey, welcome to all those that are popping in.
Hey,
You're listening.
everybody.
Hey, y'all. Robin Fisher, personal stylist, corporate image consultant. Check out Polished Image and style.com is right there on your screen if you're listening live. If you are hanging out listening from iTunes or one of our podcast stations a little bit later, the link is in the show notes. And so you actually have a free webinar that's coming up like tomorrow. So
yes.
tell our listeners and viewers about it.
Sure. So it's how to develop individual style in 4 simple steps. And a lot of times women are just, the whole thing about style stresses them out, or they might be feeling overwhelmed and they just don't know where to start. Especially with COVID, it's really shaken up a lot of our lifestyles. One of my specialties is really helping women through transition. So, like I said, women getting promoted, women retiring, women doing regional moves, women coming out of grad school, women who just had babies. So, I really pride myself in helping women through transition because, like I said, I'm one of these women, and in the fashion industry, this is where they will look you up and down from head to toe. So you better be tight, okay? And how do you do that when you just gained 50 pounds having a baby? Or how do you do, when
that's real talk.
Like you just moved into a new region and the dress is a little different, So I wanted to do something to just really support women, especially during this time, because a lot of my women are at home doing Zoom and video just like us. But that doesn't mean that your image needs to slack off. And even when you're walking around the house in your sweats and stuff, eventually that kind of energy catches up to you, and I'm guilty of it myself. You should have seen me getting dressed today. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Like, oh, here she is. You know what I mean? Because the truth is I've just been walking around since the weekend because I knew I was going live on Wednesday. So when I found out this was a live show, I was like, oh, wait.
Wait, this is live. Yeah, I love it.
Wait a minute.
Andrea said image and style is an international language that everyone understands. So that's why.
Yes,
Andrea. And Coach Andrea, hey there, hanging out on Periscope. Yulika just registered. Yulika's in the Northern Virginia area.
Join me.
Woo, she's going to come. She's going to join you. Okay, so let me ask this. If people are getting ready, I'm going to give you like some popcorn questions and just kind of off the dome. Now, we know everyone has like different style, but someone's getting ready for a brand photo shoot.
Yes.
A photo shoot that is going to represent their brand. Let's say they're service-based. Any like hot fire tips you would give right away?
Sure. First, you want to make sure that you're honoring your brand color scheme. Every brand should have that, and you usually get that done when you are doing your logo, because you have to remember that a lot of these images are going to be sitting right alongside your logo, right?
Okay, can we pause? She's preaching, y'all know she's preaching what I'm preaching.
Yes, ma'am.
In the comments, hey girl, hey, if you all know, she is, and I didn't pay her to say this. She is validating what we say in Platform Builder. Okay, continue.
Okay. And so then you also want to kind of think about your energy. You know what I mean? So let me just be totally transparent. In the fashion industry, because I worked at a very high level, I had to retrain myself as an image consultant and a stylist because I was used to dealing with corporate executives. So I was really tight buttoned. You always saw me in suits. I was negotiating $1 million deals all the time. And so I had a really different demeanor, right? Yeah. And so my headshots just kind of looked very, not fun. So it took me a minute to realize that when you're doing branding shoots, you want a lot of your personality to come across. Okay. So if you're, kind of more laid back in your approach and in your style, and especially your style personality, you will also dictate that. Okay. Then you need to be wearing more relaxed clothes. Sometimes people will say, well, I'm in business, so I need to wear a suit. No, you don't. Not in 2020. Okay. So sometimes it might be a blazer, a nice shirt, and a nice pair of jeans. Okay. For somebody else that, is more conservative, maybe they have a law firm, that makes sense,
Right. Oh, this is so good. Okay, so that's the brand. We have some of my new clients actually are coming up in 2020. You all are 2021. You all got some advice on your brand photo shoots. Okay, so let's say the Zoom. So we have to be dressed waist up.
Yeah.
Any tips for the waist up dressing for Zoom?
Sure. So you want to always have great color on, okay? And so I do custom color palettes where literally you'll get your 24 top colors. It also is very compact, fits in your purse, so you can open the fan up and then also use it when you're shopping. Any color that blends with that palette means that it's within your resonance tones. So it means it's a great color for you, right? You also want to focus on details that will bring the eye and focus them. So usually I wear studs, but anytime that I am on video, I definitely will put on earrings, because if I take these out, you're looking all over the place. If you're focusing on me, if I have studs on or a nice statement necklace, so just like you, I'm focusing on your blue top. You know what I mean? You're bringing interest. So those are my top 2 tips. And great makeup.
And great makeup.
And honestly, for the girls that aren't really good in makeup, just blend out. Just blend out, pop of some Vaseline on them lips, and it looks like you made an effort.
You made an effort. And comedian Wendy Lee said, if there's no bottoms, don't stand up.
Amen. Yeah. Amen.
We are in agreement with that. Danielle, yes. Wow, I'm learning something new. So not only does your brand have colors, I love that you you want to be in photography in alignment to your brand colors, but you also, your image, your skin tone has colors that work well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, when I do in-depth color analysis, honestly, I don't use any system that's generic. I am pulling from my industrial engineering skills from when I had to work with Pantones and develop fabrics and color swatches and all that kind of stuff. I really believe that color is individual. So I don't believe in the seasons. So that's why I custom do it. I flag clients with 300 colors, which are Pantones, and it's all about the skin, the way that you pick up light with your skin, your eyes, even your teeth.
Wow. Ooh. And your hair. So we have a question coming in from Belinda Todd. Ever seen women on TV that you wish you had dressed? And I know you have some news anchors that are clients, but and Belinda is an actress and does some commercials and TV. So anyone you saw that you wish, I wish I could have my hand at helping dress them.
Okay, so I have to be transparent.
This is between us and
okay. I don't really like working with celebrities.
Oh, okay.
Real women is my get down. So yes, I do work with anchor women and so forth, but they have a lot of people coming to them that want to style them. And I'm really about the woman that is ready to get confident in her own skin, in her own body, as a woman that has been everything from a size 8 all the way up to a 20. Now I'm back down to a 10. And, I started my business as an executive image consultant and personal stylist at a size 18. And I had only ever been a 10. It was right after my twins. And I stayed at that 16, 18 for about 8 years. I'm only coming back down in the last 2 to 3. So confidence to me, we're, anchor women. I'm friends with these women that are on the reality shows and women that are singers and all that stuff. Beautiful.
Yes.
But I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
The ones that just want to look good walking around for their guy, or the ones that want to walk in their office and own the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Real women.
Yeah, real women. So yes, I do have the ability to work with those kind of, TV personalities, but that's not really where I get my passion from. So, and I'm about working in your passion.
Oh yeah, that's so good. And I saw on your website around how, it's not just the style, but it's also your personality and your lifestyle. Like all of that is blended in with your image.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Wonderful. How can people follow you on social media?
Polished Image.
Cool.
Yeah. So and I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. Just Polished Image.
Polished image. And I have tagged on Facebook and tagged in Instagram and all of that. Yes, yes, yes. Real women, real style, real confidence. Love it. Thank you, Andrea. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so last question for you. The goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
Well, honestly, I'm motivated just by being here. About 3 years ago, I had a battle with cancer, and I literally had to tap into, what do I want my life to look like going forward? And I realized that I had really been living in my passion because I could do this for free. I would do it in my sleep, even the jobs where I would sleep on factory floors in Thailand. To me, it just is like breath, right?
Yeah.
So, I think that the passion and stuff for me just comes from just, wanting to make other people better, and to make them feel secure in the skin that they're in with their story, and just position them for success. Like, honestly, one of the things that COVID has forced me to do is to come from behind my desk. I've never really been into the video and social media and all that kind of stuff, but I had to get visible to continue my business, because I am more of a cheerleader. To me, when I see my clients rocking it on LinkedIn or when they go on TV because they're promoting their book or, something like, I'm like, get it, go, girl. Yeah, that is me. And then when I come on, I'm like,
well, you're doing fabulous.
I warned you, girl. I was like, okay, this is the first time I've done something like this. What we doing?
What we doing? There is one other question I'm gonna sneak in. We're gonna let you go. One of our listeners from my Facebook group, Hey Girl Hey, do you recommend Zoom Touch Up, which I think is a feature in Zoom that allows kind of like that auto touch up?
I think you should show up as yourself, honestly, because it depends, but I honestly think you should show up as yourself, just real.
Show up as yourself. And so Rita's saying, probably asking, is there a Zoom? So there is a feature in Zoom that says touch up or polish, and it'll put a little bit of a glow or a gloss kind of on your video. So you can check that out. So, all right, wonderful. You are a life changer, Dr. Jackie. Thank you. Thank you. And again, listeners and viewers, you can jump over to, depending on when you're listening, if you're listening between today and tomorrow, you can jump over to polishedimagestyle.com. It's going to pop up the free webinar. What time is the webinar?
The webinar is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right. So you can get more of these good deets. And so it's just been great having you on the show. Me and you met like briefly in Richmond. We were both in a training. Shout out to Rachel Cook.
Yes.
And we sat near each other or had a mix when they mixed the tables up and just had a few minutes, and we've been following each other ever since. So much success, continued success to you.
Thank you. And you too, Charvette.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right. I love it. Yes. Lena, show up as yourself. All right. Thank you. Rita says so many people need you. Yes, absolutely. So many people need Robin. And so I am just excited that we had a chance to feature her. Again, if you're hanging out at charvette.com, her full bio is there and a link to her website is there. If you're listening from any of our many podcast outlets, the information is in the show notes. And thank you for all those that have been hanging out with us live. Shout out to my sister, my blood sister, Kim, hanging out on Periscope, keeping it down over there. As I mentioned earlier, this segment is brought to you by my Platform Builder program, which is open for enrollment. It only opens for enrollment once a year. And I want to have the opportunity to work with you and help you confidently learn the skills, strategies, and tools you need to build your visibility and power up your personal brand in 6 to 12 months. And I thought this segment was such a great segment to incorporate because really there's a huge part of your visibility is how you show up and how you feel when you show up. So I want you to picture this, a consistent and crisp visual brand that attracts the clients and customers that you want. Picture this, a clear pathway to enhancing your current products and services so that you confidently offer them to the market. Picture this, a cohesiveness in your content marketing that attracts your ideal clients and customers. Picture this: a solid speaking and media strategy, and define signature talks. And then the last thing, picture this: your story, your advice, and your guidance published in a book, leaving a legacy of your voice. That's all waiting for you inside the Platform Builder program. And again, you can jump over to platformbuilder.biz and schedule a call with me to see if this is a good fit for you. Enrollment ends November 30th, and we get started, hit the ground running January 2021 with building your platform and your personal brand. So that's that. Thank you again for all the love coming in. Belinda said, great show. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Gwen, you got to catch the replay, girl. We was having some fun. Thank you, Tony M. Winston, one of my homegirls there, and also administrator in the Hey Girl, Hey Coaching with Vet pop-up group. She said, awesome show. Thank you guys. Thanks. And I gotta show some love from my mom. Great show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Awesome. 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 Well, we're going to leave you guys. And until we meet again, on the internets and on the interwebs, peace and love. We'll see you later.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.